This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 train. The next stop is Wall Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
July 4th weekend represents an important milestone for my Substack as well as the podcast. Over 200 episodes later, I wanted to celebrate with everyone and offer a 40% discount on the annual billing plan for the premium content. Now, if you've been following me prior to the podcast, you'll know, in addition to the writing, I've always wanted to start a podcast because I couldn't find a financial product or podcast that discusses the markets without going into politics and without advertising all over the place. And typical financial podcasts last over an hour. So I wanted to, first I was looking for a content creator that had one that, summed everything up in 10 to 15 minutes every day that I can listen to on my dog walk, on my exercise, or just with a cup of coffee in the morning. And I could not find it. And I felt I could do a better job. So I stopped, pausing and delaying myself because I had every excuse in the world not to start. However, with your support of both the paying and free subscribers who have helped grow this channel and this podcast, I want to thank everyone. And for those that want to experience the paid content, which has both written form and long form unlocked podcast content, I would like to offer this 40% off, which comes to basically 37 cents per day. This promotion will be valid until midnight of July 4th, and it will be only the annual billing. So it will come to $144 billed annually, which basically, if you don't have a calculator, comes to $12 per month, or $2.77 per week, or 39 cents per day. Thank you for all for supporting the content, the Substack and podcast thus far, and I hope to see you on the premium edition. So with that, let's get into the podcast. Welcome back, everyone. It is Thursday, June 27th. This is Not Your Advisor with NYU Grad. Let's jump right into the session. So I'm going to call today's podcast Just Steal It. Before I get into the breadth numbers, I saw a news report that Nike warns of guidance cut as it posts the slowest annual sales gain in over 14 years, and that's impacting their share price. I'm sure it has nothing to do with all the theft, mobs that are just stealing everything, as well as just consumers being tapped out. But I digress. That's not real. That's fake news, because tomorrow on Friday morning, we will have the real PCE inflation report. That's the real stuff. That's the stuff that matters because it's true, and that's what the Federal Reserve is basing all their decisions on. So let's get into the breadth numbers today. We had 290 new highs versus 195 new lows. On the NASDAQ, we had 47 new highs versus 54 new lows. 58% of stocks were advancing today versus 39% declining. 51% of stocks were below its 50-day moving average, and 37% of stocks were below its 200-day moving average. What really stuck out to me, though, was NVIDIA was the only red Mag 7 today, and the semiconductor group is lagging. That's what I'm starting to notice here, and a lot more priority is going to the remaining Mag 6 and some of the software names that have been selling off of late but now are bouncing. The Dow was up 36 points, or 0.09%, so basically a nothing burger. The NASDAQ was up 53 points, or 0.3%, and the S&P was up 4.9 points, or 0.09%. Similar percentage gain or nothing burger to the Dow. But taking a look at mega cap land, as I noted, Nvidia was red. Microsoft was basically break even. It was up 0.15%. Apple was up 0.4%. Google was up 0.8%. Amazon was up 2.1%, and Meta was up 1.25%. Just take a look at IGV. So ICE, Greg, Victor, IGV. That is the software ETF that is bouncing right now. Names like Oracle, Adobe, Palo Alto Networks, they're all carrying some weight, like CRM, ServiceNow. Those were up today. But let's go through what was weak, what was strong. So on the strong side, these are all percentages. Restoration Hardware up 9.1%. SMCI up 7.12%. Yext, one of those software names, up 6.5%. Zscaler, 5.7%. Kinross Gold up a hefty 5.7%. Zeta Global Holdings up 5.4%. Carvana 4.9%. Palantir 4.6%. MicroStrategies 4.6%. Coinbase 4.3%. Datadog 4.2%. Wayfair 4%. Roku 3.4%. Adobe 3.4%. Sweetgreen 3.3%. AI 3.29%. AppLovin 3.2%. Red Rock Resorts 3.23%. Extreme Networks 2.4%. ACMR Research 2.2%. MGM Resorts up 2.2%. Amazon 2.1%. IGV, as I noted earlier, 2.1%. PJT Partners 2.1%. What was weak? I'll go through this list quickly. Hims and Hers down 7.1%. DJT 6.42%. CMG 5.24%. IREN 3.9%. Affirm Holdings 3%. Natural Gas Futures 2.7%. The Volatility Index down 2.5%. Bitfarms down 2.2%, and Nvidia down 1.9%. Free members, what to watch. PCE numbers come out on Friday. This is what the Federal Reserve and Jerome Powell indicate as one of their primary indicators that they watch. So it'll be important. It'll be market moving, and it will probably be exactly what people are expecting. Continue to watch the Mag 7. Continue to watch the 10-year yield and yield in general. And I will see you all on after the Friday session. Paid members, please stay on. I have about 25 charts to go through with you today. That's my train.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.